Bobby, the UFC got rid of Muhammad Mokaev, and they are stealing wrestlers' jobs.
They took our jobs! Yeah, they're down!
What is your take on this whole situation?
So this is very interesting because social media and Twitter is still up in arms a week later about this. Not even a week. It'll be a week Saturday. Here's how I look at the situation. People saying that it's because he's a wrestler are being very disingenuous, because you know who else is a wrestler and they would never in a million years cut unless he just went on a god-awful skit out of nowhere and just absolutely sucked it up?
Who?
Armin Sarukian. Is anybody going to call Armin Sarukian a boring wrestler with any ounce of credibility and sincerity in their voice when they say it? No. Even Umar, which is what started this, if you're coming in from our Tapping Vegas predictions, this is what started this. Umar is not a boring wrestler. Like, people that said that Khabib was boring on his come up are so stupid. Like, I don't want to use foul language too much because I'm actively making a concerted effort to not be as profanity laced on this. I'm trying to make this a children's show. I got family members watching now. My mom's probably tuning in. I know she's got tickets. Like, I'm trying not to use so much profanity anymore, trying to be a nice show for everybody. But there's differences between wrestlers, right? And this was even a theme that, shout out to Will from Open Note Grappling on Twitter. I love that guy. I'll always promote people and all that jazz. He pretty much hit the nail on the head with it. It's like, if you're a wrestler that's not actively using your wrestling to control your opponent and to enforce your will upon them, then that's your fault. Because every Khabib fight, it was him wrapping up the legs, taking the wrist away, and pounding you with punches, or pounding you with punches until he got the club and sub, until he sunk in the sub. With Sarukian, if Sarukian's shooting a double or a single or whatever on you, and like he's outmatched like he was against Gamrot, or it was even, I shouldn't say he was outmatched, but it was so even that it was a stalemate to where they had to resort to the striking, it's exciting. He has other options. He has other avenues to make it an exciting fight. Muhammad Mokaev really was. And it's also really rich that everybody's whining about Mokaev getting cut when nobody believed Kobe Covington when he was that exact same boring style of wrestler. Everybody's suddenly like, how could they cut Mokaev? And I don't believe Kobe Covington's MAGA because he told Candace Owens and a bunch of other people in numerous interviews that the UFC gave him an ultimatum. Win, lose, or draw this next fight, your ass is gone. We don't want you anymore. And that's what started the whole Brazil, you're a filthy dump arc in his character development. Like, they do this. Like, why do you believe Muhammad Mokaev and not Kobe? Because you don't like Kobe. Let's be real here. Plus, Mokaev's like, why would I talk to PFL? They don't even have a 125 division. Yeah, that's like me getting caught cheating or something, which I've never done, but like a cheater getting caught cheating and being like, why would I ever talk to her? Like, she's not even interested in me. Do you really think PFL wouldn't be like, hey, Mokaev, if you come over here, we'll make a division just for you. We'll make a division. We'll open up 125 and you'll be the star of the division. And we'll open it up with you. We'll get you opponents and you can be like the figurehead of it. 100%. 100%. That's exactly what they told him was, well, we don't have any 125ers because you're not here and we are waiting. Because that's another thing. They didn't just fire him out of nowhere. Like, it's not like he had 3 fights left or whatever. He was at the end of his contract. You know it. I know it. Everybody knew he was on the last fight of his contract, and they simply chose not to re-sign him. So if you want to get into semantics and argue about the definition of, is it firing or finger quotes, we just didn't re-sign you? To me, firing has the connotation of like, you're done. Like, you still have 3 fights. We're so sick of you. Just get the hell out of here. They just opted not to re-sign them. Unfortunately, whether you agree or disagree, that's within their rights to do it. And once again, should they have cut him? I'll be honest. I think it was messed up if it truly was just because he was boring. I'm playing the game. I don't believe it. I really think it's because there's something going on behind the scenes. And I'm not the type to believe Dana before everybody's like, oh, Dana, dick licker. Like, I can already fucking see it coming. I really think there's something going on behind the scenes, and I definitely think he was talking to other organizations, and that's why Dana did the whole little PFL jab. And he's just like, I'd never talk to PFL. They don't even have a division. I think he was talking to PFL. But I'll play your game. If they really did cut him just because he was boring, yeah, it's screwed up because there are way more boring guys who have way crappier losses that are still sticking around and hanging out on the rosters, like half of heavyweight, half of light heavyweight, like unfortunately half of like women's bantamweight. Like there's a lot of fighters that should have been cut before him if that's really the case, but there's just too much going on behind the scenes. And plus, another thing people aren't thinking about, the nail in the coffin was all the crap with Cop. Hey, let's take a picture for Muslim solidarity. Oh, let me sucker punch you right after because that was my opportunity to get close. The Max Holloway, hey, stand and bang, a la Sean Strickland while I back up calling you a pussy, yelling at you the whole time. Like, just all that crap does not help. When you do all that drama and all that build up just to get into the fight and not even shoot a takedown, that's another thing. He didn't even really try to grapple in the fight. He would do half-hearted shots and get stuffed and stand up. He got fired. Well, once again, I'm playing your game and saying he got finger quote fired because he cheated, exposing half a Cap's whole ass cheek and didn't even try to grapple. And it's just like, what more evidence do you need that this man is just trying to get your sympathy, saying that, you know, he's going to be homeless and he's got no options? I guarantee you within like the next month, if that, you hear about him signing the PFL. They open up a flyweight division and all that. It's like, does Dana hate flyweight? Yeah, in 2018, if you've been around, I keep reminding myself, it feels like I'm an old fart now. I remember when I first started watching, I felt so behind. And now I feel like the old man in the room in terms of how long I've been watching now since 2017. This isn't the first time Dana's like, and he's not even trying to shut down flyweight. He just got rid of one flyweight guy. Nathan Maines is a different story. We're not going to get into that, but just know that I respect Nate Maines. It's a different story. We're only talking about Mokaev. Like, he's not trying to shut down flyweight. It sucks what happened to Maines, but like, he really tried that after Cejudo left for one and everything. I don't even think it's him hating flyweight. I think it's just a perfect storm of Mokaev's on the last fight of his contract, blatant, egregious cheating, made a boring striking match after doing a discount Max Holloway impression, doing his best Sean Strickland, come on while backing up and running away and like all that. Plus, you know, just the drama of the cheap shot and the brawl and just all that, like, just didn't work out how he thought it would. And it's like, that's the risk you take. I respect him for trying it. Good job trying to promote the fight. Good job trying to get attention and sell tickets and get your name out there. But just as much as you can claim responsibility for when it works, you also have to claim responsibility when it backfires. And this time it backfired. And I think he's going to be all right. I don't think he's going to be an Uber driver. I don't think any of that crap's going to happen. There's plenty of promotions out there, especially the Asian ones like one that have really good low weight classes like flyweight like that would love to have the guy. He's going to find a home.
This is my Muhammad Mokaev impression. Hello? Babe, chill. What's going on? Who? PFL? I don't even know a PFL. How could I be talking to a PFL? I don't even know who that is.
I swear I've never heard she doesn't even like me. Like, I maybe talked to her once, but like, she doesn't even like me. She said I'm gross. She said I'm weird.
Babe,
she said I'm weird.
I literally just liked PFL's picture on Instagram. That's all it was.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I mean, PFL just put it out there. Like, the only thing that's holding up their butt is like that little piece of string. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just there. Like, I have eyes. Like, I can't unsee it. Like, it's right there with like just that little piece of cloth right up between PFL's butt cheeks. Like, come on.
I'm a man, UFC. If you were taking care of me and giving me contracts, I might not have to go talk to PFL.
Right. If you gave me attention, you know, if you paid attention to me or something, or you maybe tried to pay me adequate compensation, maybe I wouldn't have to get it elsewhere.
Bobby, thank you for hopping on and talking Mokaev with me, man.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listening to cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover old spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast, Better in Green.